Hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I would like to show you how to configure web content filtering in the reporting mode in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Because web content filtering can block web applications based on the type of the web application. So based on some categories that are predefined by Microsoft. But before you actually block it, it's a good idea to first get some report so that you know how your users are using the web browser, what sites they are accessing, and hence, when you configure it in the block mode, how it will impact your organization and your real users. So let's start with some prerequisites. Go to security.microsoft.com, which is this Microsoft Defender XDR portal, and scroll down in the left menu and open Settings, open Endpoints, and here you need to scroll a little down and you need to turn on web content filtering because by default it's turned off. So if you have a new tenant or if you haven't turned it on before, it's off and you need to turn it on first. So let's turn it on. This web content filtering feature uses Smart Screen in Microsoft Edge. So for web content filtering to work in Microsoft Edge, you need to have Smart Screen turned on for Edge. In other web browsers, web content filtering leverages network protection on the system level. So Microsoft Defender for Endpoint needs to be enabled on the devices in the active mode, and network protection needs to be turned on. Otherwise, it will not work in other browsers. It will not block any web content categories that you decide to block here. So these are the prerequisites. Web content filtering needs to be turned on here in the advanced features. Smart Screen needs to be turned on for Microsoft Edge. And network protection needs to be turned on for all other browsers. Alright, so the prerequisites are met here. And we can scroll down in the menu and open this web content filtering menu option here. By default, there is no policy. So we create a new policy now and we name it, for instance, report mode. It doesn't matter. On the next page of the wizard, you see, or you can choose the blocked categories. The important thing here is that we don't want to block any categories. We want to actually only report, which means we are not going to select anything here. We'll keep it all unchecked. Because when you keep it all unchecked, it means that the policy is created in the report only mode for all categories. When you start selecting some categories, it means you are already blocking the categories, which we don't want at the moment. So we don't select anything, we keep it all unchecked and go on to the next page. On the next page, you can choose the machine groups that you want this policy to apply to. This is my lab environment only, so I don't have any machine groups created. So I have only one option here, which is select all. Maybe in your environment you already have some machine groups, so you can apply the policy to only selected machine groups, or you can also apply it to all groups. It's completely up to you. So I'm gonna go click next. The last page is just summary. So we see the name of the policy, that no categories are blocked, and that this policy is applied to all machines. We can click submit. If I now click refresh, the policy should appear here. Yep, it's here. Policy name report mode applied to all machines, no blocked categories. That's what we want. So this is for the configuration. Now let me just quickly show you how to actually open the report. So in the left menu of security.microsoft.com, scroll down and open the reports option. Here you have in the endpoints category, you have web protection. So open web protection. And here, after some time, you will see the reports. Obviously, I don't see anything here yet because I have just turned it on. So no reports are available yet. You need to keep it on for, I would say, at least a couple of days, maybe a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get some meaningful results. And after that, you can go to this web protection report and see what categories of web pages your users access. You can also expand some details here or here, here and here to get more details about the categories, the machines that are used to access these categories. So you will see actually quite interesting data because you can get also specific machine names that accessed the selected categories during the previous time period. So that's for the reporting part. That's all from my side for today. I hope you liked it. Please share the video. Don't forget to follow my Cybersecurity World blog. Don't forget to follow also my profiles on social networks such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Mastodon or Blue Sky. You can find me there via my name, Lucas Baran. And that's really all from my side for today. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.